Hello. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Had a late night last night, eating my oatmeal right now. So healthy. So freaking good too, because you know what? Two things. Two of my favorite things, blueberries and New England real maple syrup. It's like tree honey. So good morning. It's morning where I am. Maybe it's morning where you are. Hey, Annalisa. Hey, Miss Julie and Ted and Linz and Kaylin and Lucy and Miss Julie and Silver Fox and Robin and Dana. Good morning, everybody. As promised, I didn't gatekeep this one just for the people on the Destination Decluttered email mailing list. I said, hey, you know what? I am going to do a weekend TikTok live because I know that for many of us, the weekend just feels different. The weekend is a break in the Monday through Friday if you are doing the Monday through Friday. Good morning, German maid. Good day to declutter. It's raining hard here. Yeah, we get the glooms out here like you wouldn't believe. Yesterday was beautiful, and oh my goodness, everybody was out. There was dopamine in the air. It was sunny. It was warmish. Today, not so much. Talk about in like a lion, out like a lamb. I think we're still in the alarm part. There we go. There we go. Jesse from LA. I'm romper rooming you. Good morning. Good morning. And Nisi and Michelle and Pretty Patty and Donna. Donna, did you hear that? That was my Boston accent throwing itself in there to just say hello, and to Scooter. So good morning. Yes, good Saturday morning to you all. Erin, hey, nice to see you. I tried to tag you on the last video I posted this morning about making a place for the stuff in your home that when where you put things, you it makes sense to you, but I couldn't, it wouldn't allow me to tag you, so I'm verbally tagging you right now, so go take a look at it. And I was thinking how funny it was. Hi from Maine. There we go. TYAA says declutter time, cleaning garage time. Lab, hey. Okay, awesome, Erin. Thank you. Hey, you want to say hey? I got the tea. Check it out.
Hello.
He just delivered me my teacup, so thank you, hon. Ooh, hot. How you feeling? Hot. So, it is the weekend. You got any decluttering plans? How about this? You have an idea in your head of doing some decluttering today? If you don't and you want to, think of something and then put it in the comments. Okay? Catherine even says, Saturdays are off are for organization. Yeah, okay, so KJ is saying my bedroom. Here's the thing I want to help you guys with. And if we haven't met before, I always like to introduce myself. My name is Beth. I'm Beth. My coaching is, I'm a decluttering life coach. Ooh, I'm not waking up this morning. I'm a decluttering life coach, and my coaching is called Destination Decluttered. Destination because I know the difference of when you're excited to get somewhere, like a destination on a road trip, you're going to do things that if you weren't so excited about where you were headed, you probably wouldn't do. Okay, Kit Kat is already in the attic. Awesome. What I would love for everybody to think about, what I would love for you to think about when you are decluttering is get specific, not hyper fixated, but get a little bit more chunky downy. So when you are in the bedroom or you are in your attic, what is a thing you want to work on as opposed to just the general declutter? Now, the fact that you're in the room and you're willing to do it is like 90% of what you're going to do. But then setting some mini goals, like if you're on a road trip across the country, setting some milestones to say, oh, you know what, by today, at least I want to get to Pittsburgh or Ohio, or, you know, maybe we just get to Harrisburg, or maybe we get to Worcester, or notice how I'm totally East Coast, so I'm going like east to west in my brain. Okay, so Catherine is saying master bedroom dresser. Okay, even that, even chunking it down by like a square footage of a thing can help you focus your efforts so you get the most bang for your buck. Okay, Cat Mama is, and hey, your what do you call it? Stickers in the mail. Cat Mama is saying doing paper gathering for taxes Monday, then going to purge more books. Okay, hey Cat Mama, I'm doing the same thing today. This may not be as a light bulb moment as it was for me yesterday, but I want to share this with you because you said you're doing tax paperwork. whenever I talk about decluttering paperwork, I always say to categorize it, right? And what I did last year, which was such a game changer for my own taxes, because I am an independent business person, so I have it's not just me getting my W-2 from my job, is I made one big folder that literally said Beth's Taxes 2023. And throughout the year, if something came in that I thought was going to be something that I would need for my taxes, I would put it into that envelope. First of all, that made yesterday easy peasy lemon squeezy. So think about that already this year. Get yourself, I even have one. Funny thing is I'm at this desk that basically and look, Beth 2024 tax paperwork. I've got some paperwork in there. It makes it so easy. But the other thing I want you to think of just real quick, and again, this may not be a light bulb moment like it was for you, like it was for me yesterday. Your tax paperwork basically will boil down to two main categories. Income, money in, money out. Income and expenses. Is it income? Did I make money? Did I spend money? Did I make money? Did I spend money? Even just dividing them up like that is going to help. Hope that helps you. I know it helped me. Okay, so I love this. I love it that everybody, and you know what you're doing is when you're saying, doing paperwork, going to purge more books, you are setting an intention. You are making a promise to yourself. You are saying, this is what I would like to get to by the end of today, as opposed to just a general declutter. Now, a general declutter ain't going to hurt. But if you have some specific things that are bugging you, if you resolve them, it's going to make you feel better. I'm all about that, looking around at what bugs you and fixing it. Okay. All right, so Serious Craft and Skills says, I want to declutter, but I find it's hard with small children. By the time they're in bed, my mood is gone. I totally understand that. I do. Striking while the iron is hot can be a challenge when you are taking care of other people. A couple things I want to offer is doing a little bit. Every little bit helps. Does it have? I don't know. It's the another mug today. Hold on. God. Every little bit helps. So throughout the day, even when you have your kiddos, instead of having the mentality, and I'm not saying you do, Serious Craft and Skills, but I just want to offer this to you. Instead of having that, oh, I can't get to it now, I promise I'll get to it later, and then you push things off to later, know that notice that if you're doing that and it's not working, you can change that. A little bit at a time throughout the day often has a greater reward and a greater result than waiting and trying to do a lot at once, especially if you're noticing that your own physical body, your own energy, you are depleted. Your gas tank is empty. Okay? So play around with what you're doing, how you're doing it, and when you're doing it. Play with it. Have some fun. Experiment. Okay? I hope that helps. Okay. Okay. Office, Shannon and PDX Grace are saying, decluttering my office. It's gotten to the point where I'm now working at my dining room table because your office is so bad. Office desk. Here's a fun thing too. I was riffing with a client yesterday. Is when you are making kind of your list of things to do, put a verb on it. Put a bird on it. Put a verb in it. Declutter is a verb. Clear off top of office desk. Office desk, just add a verb to it and see if that changes your kind of specificity with which you do things. Okay. I love it. SC Native says, good morning. During your last Zoom, I cleaned some glasses that I had sitting for a while. Yeah, even the stuff that you have decluttered and cleaned, if you aren't using them, there's stuff in the air. It will do that, but it feels good to clean those things out. Okay, Robin is working on some sentimental stuff. Nisi's doing their kitchen table is your destination. Oh, SC Native listed the glasses they hadn't used, listed them online, and made $75. I'm telling you, you guys, when you declutter, money can come to you. Now, I'm not saying this in a airy-fairy kind of woo-woo kind of way. I'm saying it in practical ways. My clients, my paying clients have told me that they have found money. They have found cash, they have found gift cards, they have found change, they have found checks that they haven't cashed, they have found things that if they returned them, they got money. Think about making money with your decluttering. Doesn't that sound like fun? It's a treasure hunt. Think about that. Heidi is saying, oh, look, it's my sign to stop scrolling my TikTok and listen while I clear my tables. Notice that Switching of gears. Notice that you can stop what you're doing. I was scrolling in bed. I will say this, you guys. I never try to gatekeep and pretend I'm better than anybody else. This morning it was cold. It was rainy. We had been up late last night because my husband had a gig. So I was snuggled up in bed scrolling on TikTok this morning because I was tired and it was cold. However, when he got up, it was like, okay, you want to go for a walk? Yeah, let's go for a walk. Okay, like allowing yourself, giving yourself that time to say, okay, I can do this for a while, but then I'm going to get up and do things. All right. Oh, Taya, thank you. I thank you for letting me know that. Oop, okay. Annalisa is saying paperwork desk also. 1138. I'm glad you can make my life too. Here I am. There we go. Kit Kat found $10. Yes, $10 is $10. User 59284 is washing the dishes and loading the washer. I love it. There we go. When we clean out and we donate our local Street Soldiers homeless program, they are in need. Yeah, finding a place that you feel good about donating things is going to make it easier. You know why? Because I know that many people that I've spoken to about things have a resistance to donating to places like Goodwill because they don't like how it's run. Own up, like own that, be cool with it, and find a place that you feel good about donating to. Makes it easy. Okay. What else do we have here? Okay, I'm scrolling back. Here we go. There we go. Somebody's getting nice and specific, getting the clothes off of the floor. That is a good thing. I'm glad somebody else do that. Yep. Got to do the mom's taxes. I'm helping my mom with her tax paperwork as well. Okay. Anna Little is saying, my laundry room is so crowded I can't hardly move in there. Get curious about what is taking up the most room. Is it laundry or is it other stuff? Is it stuff that belongs there? What can you do to make more room in the laundry room? Listen for the answer in your head. Everybody, every single one of you, including myself, this is how the process starts. You see something that is not working for you, and you say to yourself, I want to change it. Immediately your brain, give that assignment to your brain, and your brain will come up with answers. It may take a few minutes, but there will be something you can do. Oh, I bet I can put a load of laundry in. You know what? That box could be broken down. Take those things and write them down. Thoughts in your head, chunk them down, put them onto paper. Somebody mentioned anxiety and overwhelm. That is one of the ways you can overcome your overwhelm. Take a few deep breaths, calm down your nervous system, relax your vision, kind of chill out, expand your peripheral vision, calm down your nervous system, shake it off and say, okay, what can I do? Get yourself into a good state of feeling and you're going to come up with some answers. Write them down so you don't forget because your brain has difficulty being a creator and a collector at the same time. Okay? So yeah, Pretty Patty, want to get to my bedroom. Okay, when I start, I get overwhelming anxiety. Notice what causes you the anxiety. This is the thing. When you notice this about decluttering, you can apply what I teach to different parts of your life, which is kind of awesome. It's not just like, oh, a vacuum only vacuums. What is the thought in your head that's making you feel the feeling of anxiety? Okay. All right. All right. Annalisa, I promise, when I make mugs, and I will, because it seems like an easy peasy thing. Yes, as I joked the other day, because I have some with my little sayings on them. I made them for myself because it's just, when I'm sitting there, it's something I look at a lot, and I say, drive your life in the direction of your dreams. That's a good one. But yes, you will get rid of 3 other mugs. Yes, I'm totally going to ask people, if you buy a mug from me when I sell them, you have to like pinky promise to donate 2 or 3 mugs somewhere else. Okay. So good morning, everybody. All right. What do we have now? Oh, interesting. So this is interesting because somebody's talking about their husband getting rid of stuff. Yeah. Hockey Chick is saying, any advice for getting my husband to get rid of stuff he doesn't use as much as I am? Okay. It's a process. It's a process. What I want to suggest is, and trust me, I can be the biggest nudge. Come on, do it. And my husband is very patient. We get along well, thank goodness. What I want to suggest, Hockey Chick, is how about this? Before you start pointing fingers at him, make sure you have your own ducks in a row, okay? The other thing too that may work for, like we were just literally talking about this before I got on this TikTok, because I would like him to declutter another one of his boxes. I've done some videos of him going through his like musical life memorabilia, is to chunk it down. I brought up 2 boxes from the basement and I said, hey, could you go through these this weekend? And he's like, I said, okay, how about this? How about just one of the boxes? Allegedly, that one box, he said he was going to declutter while I was doing my TikTok live. But you know what? I'm still going to be here for another 45 minutes. So there's that. Baby steps. Baby steps. And come at it in the spirit of collaboration and not competition. Not like me telling you what to do, but you know, I know this is going to make our basement feel and look and function better, because we can put some stuff away that we had to move around when we had a leak. He does some recording down there too and has people over, so it'll be better for him. And why do we save stuff? We save stuff so that we can look at it and go through down memory lane. He has found things he didn't even know he had. He's sharing it with friends. He's posting it to his Patreon. Like, there's a good reason for doing those things. Okay? All right. Thank you, Catherine and Kit Kat. You guys, you have my back. Thank you. I show up here. You know what? I show up to help, and I help the people who want to be helped. If you don't want to be helped, it's not going to help you. It's as simple as that. Okay. Yeah. Struggle because of the kids, especially with the baby, because he cries and anxiety. My heart is with you, Shannon. Being a mom, I'm not one. I'm an auntie, but I know the mom job is tough. So my heart is with you. What I want to offer to you is, do the best you can with what you have. Lower your expectations. Be kind to yourself. Cut yourself some slack and get some help. And I don't mean, oh, hey, just go hire somebody if that's out of your reach. Are there other people in your home, in your life, that could contribute to helping? You know, do you have kind of an unbalanced burden on you? You know, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, the patriarchy we live in. So you can do something, but take care of yourself first. When you feel better, you're going to do better. Okay. All right. Hockey Chick, I will ask, when you say I'm working hard to declutter my stuff, but he's really stagnating the process. Get curious. This is what I always say. Get curious. Why is he ask him without judgment? Judgment is on one side. Judgment is a thought and a feeling that's going to shut you down. But curiosity is a thought and a feeling that's going to open you up to a solution to this. Why is he stagnating? Maybe because it's difficult. Maybe he doesn't know how. Maybe he's never learned. Perhaps it's he doesn't even know the difference between surface, stored, and sentimental clutter. Okay? So get curious. Have a conversation. Okay? What else do we have here? Okay. Beth is saying, what do you suggest for bad procrastinators? I'll snack when needing to be decluttering and cleaning. Who doesn't like to snack? God, I love to snack. It probably shows, but I don't care. Get curious as to why you're procrastinating. One of the phrases that just popped into my head that I will share with you is, when I'm procrastinating, I notice this phrase, I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like doing it. I'm not saying I don't want to. I don't feel like doing it. So then you say, okay, why don't I feel like doing that? Well, because I feel tired. I feel hungry. I feel unmotivated. I'm not inspired to do the things I need to do. I'm kind of blah. Get curious about those things and what can you do to change that situation. One of the reasons I call my coaching Destination Decluttered is because I often remind myself I am doing this thing because of this cool destination that I am headed towards. So for your decluttering, remind yourself of how you want your home and to look, feel, and function. Get excited about it. Notice the progress you're making. Say, I can, chunking it down. Okay, maybe what you've done is you said, what I'm going to do is too big. Chop it in half immediately. Chop it in half. If you said you're going to do an hour, start with a half an hour. Does that feel better? Half an hour too much? 15 minutes. 15 minutes too much? Can you start with 5? I feel like I'm on like an opposite, like my 5, maybe 5, like an auction, like a guy at a farm auction or something. Chunk it down until it feels doable. Okay? Try that. See if it works. Okay? Catherine says it's donating bugs. I love it. Okay. All right. What do we have? There we go. Okay. Fell Big, it says, any advice for people who have a lot of health issues that makes them tire easily? Take care, everybody, every single one of us, myself included, take care of your health first. Because if you don't feel good, you're not going to do good. And that'll make you feel worse, and it'll be a negative effect. Take care of yourself. And if you know that you have health issues and you get tired easily, use your energy wisely. One of the things I want to offer you, though, is when we're talking about energies, there's a bunch of different energies. There is like your physical energy, there is your mental energy, there's your cognitive energy, there's your nervous system energy. There are a lot of kind of tanks in your car that need to be filled in order for it to work well. Even in your car, you've got your gas tank, but then you also have your windshield wiper fluid. You probably have your transmission fluid. You've got your oil. All of those need to be filled in order for you to work the best you can. But I want to offer you this. Yes, please, everybody, if you don't feel good, you're not going to do good. So do the things to help you feel good physically. But decluttering starts up here. So you can do a lot of decluttering here and then write down those things. And when you have the energy, you can start to do that list. You can hand the list to somebody if they're able to do the physical things for you. Okay? But notice that it starts up here, not with your hands. Okay? Somebody just says, I bet teachers have lots of mugs and candles. I bet they do. If you have candles, burn some candles. Today it's gloomy out. Okay, now that's interesting. Beauty and the Stamper. I can't get rid of gifts from my mom because she asks me where they are when she visits. Ever hear of that saying, like, no strings attached? Like this gift, it's a free gift. It's not really a free gift. It has a little asterisk around it. It's kind of uncool of your mom to put strings on that gift, you know. People are going to people. People are people, so why should it be? Maybe you need to be like, here, Mom, here's your gift. And you keep them all in the same place. That can be difficult. It can be tricky. I would say this. I am not a licensed therapist or kind of social worker with people, but preserving, making sure that the relationship itself feels good to you. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I totally distracted myself because I'm like, I kind of don't know what to do. But just notice that, you might want to examine the dynamic between you and your mom. It's not easy, but it's worth just thinking of. Okay? There we go. I got more stuff. Somebody's SC Native is cleaning off stuff and selling stuff online. Okay? Okay, Margot was saying, I've been trying to keep my decluttered space decluttered. Keeping things tidy is hard. Okay, here's something I love. I want to offer to you, like, Margot, so what's the hard stuff? What is making it hard? I'm going to bet it's your habits. That's usually what the decluttering. So decluttering, the way I teach it, is a kind of a twofold process. The thing that always gets people started, and it calls me to be their one-on-one coach, will be like, I have accumulated way too much stuff. Imagine this is like a pile of clutter that is accumulated over decades. Right? So you've got a lot of stuff in your house. It's piled up everywhere. I need to decrease the amount of stuff. Oftentimes, folks think that all they need to do is decrease the amount of stuff and they'll be fine. It's just like losing weight. You got to do something to lose the weight. But then if you don't change your habits, the weight's going to come back on and maybe even get worse. So notice what your habits are that are getting you recluttered. And you can change them. Okay, that's one of the things I love doing about one-on-one coaching is that, like, we can get so specific about following the steps of your process to see where there are opportunities in everybody, all of us. There are opportunities in every process of your life to make a different decision, to have a different outcome. Just think about that. Okay. Yep. So this is interesting because Golf Widow and Secret Squirrels is asking me about kind of more geographically based things, so I can answer this really quickly. So Secret Squirrels is asking me where I'm located. I'm located in my living room. I'm located in Pennsylvania on the Philly side, but I'm originally from Massachusetts, so you'll probably hear it in my accent comes out sometimes. Golf Widow is asking, do I do home visits? I do not physically come to your home. No, if I am your one-on-one coach, and I love this because this allows me coach people and help people from every state in the union. I coach on Zoom. I show up with you once a week for an hour for 10 weeks in a row, or 20 weeks in a row, or 30 weeks in a row, or 40 weeks in a row, however long it takes you to get the results you want, and even more so, to learn the skills, kind of like a driving teacher, so that when we no longer are coach and a client relationship, you know what to do when I'm not there. So I don't come to your house, because here's what I find. There are people out there who can come to your house and do it with you and do it for you. I love the mindset shifts that causes you to discover the power you have to change your habits and to change your life. That's why I'm not just a decluttering coach or a professional organizer. I'm a decluttering life coach. I am a certified life coach, in addition to all of my experience and training of decades worth of kind of creating order from chaos, basically. Okay. Yeah, so Silly Girl is saying, we are overwhelmed with inherited stuff when cleaning out parents' homes. Yeah, you know what? I am here for this generation. This is what I'm all about. What I would love for you to think of is, do you want any of it? If you want, keep the stuff you want, but notice that guilt and obligation might be causing you to hang on to some stuff. It's not going to be a blanket statement that fits everything. But I want you to start to think about yourself and your life and your home. What do you want in your home? What do you not want in your home? If you have some things that you're feeling guilted into, could somebody else in the family want it? Could you take a picture of it? Are there different ways that you can preserve the stories of your family without necessarily keeping every stitch of things from your mom's house? Okay, there we go. I hope that helps. Okay. Alrighty. You're from Mass and coming out of a very bad depression. I love to hear both of those things. Go Massachusetts, and also that you're coming out of a bad depression. There you go. Yeah, need to put my home back together. Yeah, you do that. Okay. Shannon, same thing. This is the deal, people. I am here for you. You, Shannon, you, Kit Kat, you, KK, and Karen, and all of the, all of the people in Romper Room land. I am here for you and nobody else. I say that to you because I want you to be there for you and nobody else too. Oftentimes what happens, and typically 99% of my clients have been women, and 99% of the women that I coach have spent a lot of time helping other people, youngsters, older parents, kids, people in their businesses. They are going all external at the expense of their own life and their own happiness. There is nothing wrong with saying, what do I want? What do I want to happen? There isn't anything wrong with that, even though you might have been told that. If anything, that makes you, it changes the dynamic, and when you're happy, there's even a freaking trivet. Like, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. If you do the things to make yourself feel better, the other people in your life will feel better too. Am I right? You're right. Hey, check it out. He's decluttering. Shh, don't alarm him. I feel like Marlon Perkins on the what was it, Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Don't disturb the husband who's decluttering. You may scare him away. Thank you, hon. I appreciate it. If you find anything cool, you can come in and share it with people, okay? Okay. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. See, Sherry, notice this. Sherry's saying, I come from a family where we keep everything, yet my kids say no thanks. They throw away easily. Throwing away easily can be a gift. Perhaps they throw away easily because they came from a house that was filled with a bunch of stuff. It is not lost on me that I like things neat and tidy in order where I can find them, because I grew up in a chaotic household where it was always like, where are the scissors? No, can't use those scissors. They're good scissors. Where's my permission slip? Why do we have no milk? Oh, I have nothing to wear to school this morning. That type of thing. I don't like that feeling of chaos. When it's not chaotic, I feel nice and calm. Even talking about it like that kind of got my nervous system being like, whoa, because your nervous system doesn't know what decade it is. When I talk about being anxious, I feel anxious. When I take some deep breaths and feel calm, I feel better. Okay? Tia, thank you very much. You're truly the best. Not sure thank you is enough to say you are loved. Well, you know what? Right back at you, my dears. Okay? Right back at you. Because everybody here is deserving of love. And when you love yourself, you make the world a better place. Okay? All right, what else do we have here? I'm going to back it up here a little bit because I think I've missed things. Let me see. Okay, Renee, I could use some help with electronics and chords. Play the matchy-matchy game. This is what I like to do, is make sure that everything that you have that works has a chord. Find the chord that works with everything, and we inevitably are going to have too many chords. I know this because, like, for example, right now, my phone is plugged into like a, what do you call this, like an external battery, because I couldn't find the extension. Like, I didn't realize my phone had didn't charge last night. But pretty much everything you buy has chords that work with it, but some of them you can overlap. So make sure that everything that you own currently has a chord. You also may have chords for stuff that you don't have anymore. I had a bag of chords that were from old, like it was almost like the cell phone, like the cell phone accessory museum. This bag we had that it was like, oh my God, remember when our cell phones looked like this and we used this type of thing? It had like the springy cord and you plugged it into your lighter and all that. There are ways you can throw those things away. There are ways you can donate it to electronics recycling things. But also, seriously, you guys, if all you have is a shoebox full of chords and everything else is perfect, or not perfect, I try not to use that word because perfection doesn't exist. If everything else is looking good and it's just this one thing, do not hyper-focus on the bad thing or the one thing that's bugging you. If you can do something about it, do it. But also know that there's probably always, even me, I'm a decluttering life coach. I have been doing this for years, and I have a small table in the basement of stuff that I'm like, oh, I need to figure out what to do with these things. So allow yourself that 10% of, I don't know what to do with this, or this 5%. Start with the easy stuff, get better at it. But if you're down to 10% of like mystery stuff you don't know what to do with, you're a human. Okay? I hope it. All right? I hope that is. Yep. All right, what do we have? Okay, interesting. Shannon's talking about getting rid of toxic people. It's the same thing. Here's a wonderful thing. So I did this I talk about this a lot in my coaching because decluttering is a life skill. Because you say to yourself, what is this thing? Who is this person? Do I want this person or thing in my life or not? Decision making. Does this person make my life better? Does this person make my life worse? Does this thing make my life easier? Does this thing make my life more difficult, more heavy? If I want it, cool. I decide, I make a conscious decision that aligns with who I am to keep it. Okay, where does that go? What's my relationship with it? Does it go in the basement? Does it go on a shelf? Does it go on the kitchen table? If I don't want it, what's the easiest way for me to get it out of my life? Donating it, selling it, whatever feels the easiest to you. This is why I get into coaching, because it's not just about making a list and doing it. You're not a machine. Everything you do starts up in your head, and it runs through your system here. And if you feel like doing it, you're going to do it, and it's easier. And if you don't feel like doing it, you're not going to do it. But it's all that's going on around here is going to help you when you realize that is part of the decision-making process. Saying, how does this feel? Now I feel like I'm going to start to sing New Order. I love it. Yeah, okay. What else do we have here? Okay, Gigi, I've been trying to get organized for as long as I can remember in a constant battle. I'll say this. There are some things that we all go to school to learn the stuff we don't know. We have all maybe taken classes to learn a skill that we don't have. Perhaps we all took, driver's ed class. Perhaps we wanted to learn how to do something we weren't good at, or we knew kind of how to do, but we wanted to get better at. That's why I offer one-on-one coaching. Because you may not have learned how to declutter. You may have read some books, or you may have seen some people on TV or whatever, but it's totally different when you have somebody there with you, walking you through the process, an established process that works. My clients show up, they tell me it works. I get more clients, they tell me it works. I'm doing something right here, and reason I do say this is because I want to help you. So you just don't beat yourself up about it. Maybe you just don't freaking know it. Can you imagine trying to teach yourself to drive a car because you said, I read a book, I saw something on TV, and I've been in a car long enough as a passenger, I should know how to do this? It is so much better and quicker and easier to get somebody who's skilled at what they do to teach you a skill. And then you practice and you do it over and over again. Okay? Alrighty. KK is selling her stuff on Maxwell Street. That is awesome. Okay. User 82746 says, I have a ton of empty prescription bottles because I procrastinate removing the private label info. Yeah, and somebody just said, use a Sharpie. Don't make your processes any more difficult than you need to. Get like a Marks-a-Lot. Go zoop, zoop, zoop. And even get questionable about what there is on there that you're afraid somebody's going to find out. I got to share with you guys, there's so much more information about all of us on the internet than we ever want. We're afraid to put our addresses, our address label, that's on some mail into the shredder, and yet somebody knows where you live because it's a public record on the internet. Okay? So, and the other thing too is if you are procrastinating removing the private label info on your bottles, how about chunking things down? Just chunking it down. How about you say, I'm going to do 5 of them a day. 5 today, 5 tomorrow, 5 the next day. That's 20. Well, by the end of 5 days, it's 25 of them. Just getting started. Chunk things down small enough where it feels doable and you feel like you can start. The hardest part of so much of this, you guys, is just starting. And I know it isn't easy. There are days that it's easier than others. This morning, it wasn't easy for me to get out of bed. I literally said to my husband, you know what? I'm really glad that I put this TikTok live on my calendar and I shared it with people, because if I didn't, I could have herkled-durkled all day with the weather like it is. So put things on your calendar. I say this in a nice way, hold yourself accountable, because when you're holding yourself accountable to declutter, the end result is you have a less cluttered home, which is kind of what you wanted in the first place. Okay? Miss Julie says, I totally unpacked just now from a trip I took in January. Hey, better late than never, huh? There we go. Alrighty. Yeah, it's a dreary weekend, but let's do the best we can with what we have. Okay? Nursey Nita is saying, can't get my bedroom clean. It's a big mess. Notice if you say it's a big mess and I can't do it, you're probably not even going to show up to do any of it. What could you do today to make it even 10% better? What could you do today, everybody, myself included, what could you do today to make your home look and feel and function just 10% better than it does now? One room. Could you move some laundry? Could you put some stuff in a donation bag? Could you throw away some trash? You know the answers when I ask you those questions. Write those things down and do them. Yeah, our address is on the mailbox next to the trash bin. Exactly. Kara, nice to hear from you. Sold 4 things on eBay. Yes. I've held back for years. Lots of mid-century modern, leaving every day, and thanks for the inspo. You are welcome. I love when you show up and you share your wins. So Kara is selling a bunch of stuff that they've collected over the decades because the collecting was fun and having the stuff was fun, but now it's a different chapter of life. And Kara wants to get more indigenous plants for her garden down the Cape. I think that's awesome. Notice what she's done is I have, a destination of, I'm going to get decluttered because when I sell this stuff, what I see is I want a house with all these cool plants around it. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. What do I want my house to look like? I want my house to look like one that has a bunch of plants around it. How do I want it to function? I want it to be the ones that are indigenous to the area I am. And how do I want to feel when I'm in that home? I want to feel like all nice and zen when I'm walking around all my nature and plants and stuff. Okay? I love it. Yeah, Shannon, I'm going to do something. I'm going to share a fun thing with the people on the Destination Decluttered mailing list when we have our monthly free Zoom this week, talking about the endorphins you get and the dopamine when you check things off the list. Shannon is saying, I noticed when you have your list and you mark stuff off, it gives me endorphins. Check me out. Look what I did. Yay, as somebody said earlier in this week during coaching, the yay me list. And I totally milk the things I do for maximum enjoyment. Okay, there we go. There we go. Cher is donating to I used to call it back in the day, the SV to P, the St. Vincent de Paul. Yep, noticing a big difference. There we go. Pretty Patty started with 2 full laundry baskets. I have separate piles and will try to do nothing but laundry. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, Erin. I'm like, oh, it's so funny. I'm like, Erin, that's such a good thing. Keep the promises you make to yourself. Yeah. Of course, I think that's a good idea to say it, but it's true. It is true. Here's the thing. Do you trust somebody who doesn't keep promises to you? If somebody promised you something and then they didn't follow through with it, would you trust them the next time? Keeping your promises to yourself allows you to trust yourself to do what you say you're going to do. And when you trust yourself and you believe in yourself, and when you say you're going to do something, you do it. Every time you do that, I always think of it as almost like little spider webs. And it's almost the reverse process. Like there's something that keeps you together. Now, I had a relationship in my life where the person that I was actually married to was totally untrustworthy. So I could not trust them to believe what they were saying. So I had a lot of trust issues. But what I noticed too is when I say I'm going to do something and I don't do it, I'm also I'm not trusting myself. I'm not making myself trustworthy. So I practice keeping the promises I made to myself. Now I'm a human, so sometimes I promise myself too much in one day that I don't realize that I don't have enough time or whatever. So I also quickly admit that and forgive myself and try again. But trusting yourself and what you do and how you do it, integrity maybe, I don't know, that word popped into my head, is a game changer. It's a game changer. So, awesome. Okay, Moki is saying 10% is doable. Love it. Call Me Pat just cleaned out her freezer, listening to me. Awesome. Love it. Cher got some nice books at the library. Oh, there we go. See, here's a great one too. Yes, okay. I love it. It's like, trying to control my food budget and use the stuff in the pantry and freezer. And Erin, we're on the same brain. There we go. Okay. Yep. Notice this, the person with the snakes and whatever. I add stuff to my list so I have a reason to cross it off. Psychologically does a lot for me. Notice how you can use these tips and tools and tricks to work. Writing it down gives you the opportunity to cross it off. Ta-da! I did it. Jen Garcia, advice for decluttering all the stuff and X left behind? Yes. Get all of it out of your house, every single last stitch, and donate it somewhere else and be done with it. The sooner the better. Don't drag it on. Boom. Done. They moved on, you move on. Don't have those things hanging around reminding you of bad stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay? Yep. Alrighty, here we go. Yeah, there's a lot of emotional connections to stuff after 23 years of marriage. I can only imagine. I can. But those emotions, are they good emotions? Are they bad emotions? Are they mixed emotions? Start with the stuff that you don't like. Start with the easy stuff. Everybody, start with the easy stuff. The stuff that you're like, nope, don't want it. Boom. That your brain and your body has made a decision. I do not want that. Okay? Then the stuff that you do want, well, maybe that was from my first marriage, but actually, you know what? A lot of these, I'm looking up at my Snow Dome collection. A lot of those I got during my first marriage that didn't go so well. But I liked them, so I kept them. So there may be things you want to keep, but the stuff that makes you feel bad, don't keep them. Make yourself feel better. Why? This is the thing that I say to myself all the time. Why would I want to keep something around that tells me a bad story, that makes me feel bad about myself? Keep the stuff that makes you feel good, that says, hey, check me out. Look at what I did. This is pretty cool. I like this. When you walk around your house and you get these little subtle baby messages of, check that out. This is neat. I like this. Okay, that's cool. Oh, I love that color. Oh, I read that book. Oh, this is fun. This looks good. Like those little tiny micro moments of joy and good feeling adds up to something cool. Okay? There we go. Gotta go and finish your garage. Do it. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome for everything. And I will be here. I will be doing some more TikTok lives next week. The following week, I think it is, I will be traveling, I think starting on Thursday, but I show up for these. I show up for these because I think it's helpful, and also because I want new folks to know about me and the fact that I do one-on-one coaching, that there's a mailing list you can get onto. Check out my website, destinationdecluttered.com. But I am here for you for this, and I love working with one-on-one clients. It, to me, is the way that you can get, I love the fact that you are getting benefit from what I'm offering now to hundreds of people at the same time. Trust me. Get information and inspiration and motivation anywhere you can pick it up. But there is real power in coaching, I think. There we go. Emily is saying, started cleaning my kitchen while listening to you right now. There you go. Notice that thing that gets you up and going. Maybe it's listening to a podcast. I will say this, and it's funny, I totally just heard myself say podcast, like podcast, Johnny. A lot of my TikTok lives, if you just started and I'm only going to be on for another 15 minutes or so, all of my previous TikTok lives that I've done are archived and listenable on YouTube. So if you want to pop one on and pretend it's alive, you can put that on in the background. Notice how much better it feels when we've quieted down the unhelpful, you can't do it voices, and you have a nice constant stream of encouragement and can do and problem solving, and you've got this, and start small, and let's do this, and you can do it, and I believe in you. I do this as a coach to help you learn to speak to yourself like this. Okay? Pretty Patty is saying, I have pictures and frames put away in drawers of kids when they were young, 43 and 46. Patty, you can get rid of anything you want. Ask yourself, ask your kids, do they want them? Your kids may have kids, they may want them. You know what? GGX 2000 is asking, if TikTok goes down, will you be on YouTube Live? Is that the plan? GGX 2000, I will share with you, I have no plan. However, you know what I probably will do is I will do something with the people on my mailing list first. Maybe we'll do a Zoom call. We'll figure something out. Notice how I become reliant on a technology. I may do TikTok, but the neat thing is it's like, for example, it's like having a phone chain. If you only follow me here on TikTok and TikTok goes down, there's no way I can communicate with you. But if you're on my mailing list and TikTok goes down, I will email the people on the mailing list and let them know what the plan is. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Val, thank you I'm glad that you found me. KK is selling stuff at Maxwell Street. There we go. That's awesome. Going to Goodwill and not coming home. I've done that. I have sold stuff places, and then before I go home, I have dropped stuff off at Goodwill too. So that is awesome. Okay. I love it. I love it. So your lives consistently get me going. I hustle to get stuff done before the end. Okay, yeah. So how about this, all y'all? Listen, all y'all. It's 11:47 Eastern time here in Pennsylvania, and so I'll be on this TikTok live for another 13 minutes. Now that may not seem like a long time, but oh my gosh, you can get so much done in 13 minutes. Why don't you start now? What's something you could do now? And you don't even have to finish by the time I get off. You can still, if you're on a roll, if you get some momentum, look at my head's going like this. If you get some momentum, if you're on a roll, if you've got forward movement, a body in motion tends to stay in motion. That's why it's hardest to get up and overcome the inertia and get going. See what you can get done. Okay. What was it? Nope, Gigi, you're cool. And somebody says you can digitize the pictures. And somebody just asking, somebody said, how do I get on the mailing list? Really quick. All the good stuff is on destinationdecluttered.com. You can find that when you go to, on the internet, destinationdecluttered.com. You can join the mailing list. If there's any scheduled consultation slots available, if you're interested in me being your one-on-one coach, they'll be there too. I know I'm going to be adding more to my calendar, and the first people that hear about it is the mailing list people. So seriously, the mailing list is the way to go, I feel. The one thing I will say too, so if you are on the mailing list, if you signed up for it using the form on my email, my website, and you haven't received a stitch of email from me, do two things. One is check your spam folders. It might have got caught in that. It's going to come from Beth at destinationdecluttered.com. But if you haven't done it, what you can do is DM me here. After you follow me here on TikTok, I think you can send me a DM, a direct message, and let me know that what the email address is that you signed up for. I can look in my email provider and see if somehow you got spam listed or something like that, or maybe there was a typo. I've seen some of these ones that people think that they did it and they inevitably, like, there was a typo in it. So I can help you problem solve that, okay? But destinationdecluttered.com is how you get that. Alrighty. Okay, yep, and I hope that answered the questions. Okay, there we go. Yeah, destinationdeclutter.com. Get on the mailing list. Yeah, and I will say this too for the mailing list. We have a monthly group Zoom call. That's why I know that I will be okay if TikTok goes down, but I will be okay with the people who say I want to stay in touch with you even if TikTok goes down permanently or short term, like Facebook and Instagram did. We do a monthly group Zoom call, and the monthly group Zoom for March is this coming Wednesday. So if you are on the mailing list before Wednesday, you will get the invite. If you sign up after Wednesday, you'll have to wait till the one in April, and I don't know when that will be. I just don't. That's how I roll. Okay, Moki's asking, how many do you work with that have ADHD, and do you have tactics that work better with them? Yes. I don't want to say all of them, but all of us have brains that work and function differently than others. I will share this with you that I have in my own direct family, both diagnosed and undiagnosed ADHD, both treated and untreated ADHD. I run every single one of my processes through that ADHD brain filter because I probably have it as a recessive trait myself. The neat thing is, so I know I don't come from a neurotypical environment. So I know that how I teach things works with a multitude of brains, but I lean towards the brain that struggles to get stuff done versus starting with the brain that makes it easier. Hope that helps you. Yeah, the other thing too is that's why I love, again, I don't want to be like harping on the one-on-one coaching, but I just love it because we get to tailor make things and find what's working for you and what isn't. And your brain is different. As I said in my video that I think I posted either yesterday or this morning, finding a system that works for you. Where does it make sense for you to put that thing? What is your life like? How does your home set up? What makes the most sense to you? What feels easy to you? Let's do the things that make it feel easy for you so that when you're not, when you're between coaching sessions and when you're learning to do this on your own, it feels easy. Okay. There we go. Shannon says I signed up. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think I have it, and my husband does, so we struggle. Yeah. So D Nice is asking, when are you on live again? I don't know. I don't think I've decided that yet. What you're going to learn about me, and please, I'm a human being. You could not AI me because I am so, I don't want to say unpredictable, but I honor the ebb and flow of my life. I don't say I'm here Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, because that would bore me to tears. It would feel like an obligation versus something that I'm delighted to show up and do. But what I do, I will tell you this, is like today, I have some time set aside to set up my TikTok lives, probably for between tomorrow, Monday / and Thursday, March 21st. So that's a window of time where I will set up, where I will tell you when my TikTok lives are. I do, and when I have consultation slots available, if you want to have a consultation for us to get into a coaching relationship, my paid coaching. I will do that today, and the first people who will know about both of those things are going to be the people on the email mailing list. If you decide not to get on the mailing list, that's totally cool. You will only find out when I'm going and doing a TikTok live when I record a video and pin it to the top of my my TikTok page. Okay, that happens after I inform everybody on the mailing list. I want to thank people for saying, hey, yeah, I trust you with my email list. I know what it's like to sign up for something and get spammed, and I hate that, so I don't spam. But I also have a life that is flexible, and having a flexible life is one of the things I decided that brought me joy. Ever since I can remember, because I worked in like an ice cream store and I worked in retail for decades, is I loved the flexibility. I never wanted to be kind of fenced into that Monday through Friday 9 to 5 rigid thing. So why would I create a rigid structure for myself? It's not to say there's no structure at all. But so within this weekend, everybody on the mailing list will know when all the TikTok lives are going to be for the next 10 or so days, because then I go off off the digital grid. And you'll find out if now is the right time for you to sign up for a coaching package. I only sell one coaching package. It's a 10-week or a 10-session package. Initially, one every week, and then once you work with me, we can flexibilize it. Okay. I love it. Radical Gal says joining the mailing list is one of the best things I've done in helping decluttering. Thanks, Beth. You're welcome. Yeah. And Abbott Elementary says the skills you share help my ADHD brain with more than just decluttering. And here's the thing that I love. I would not do this. You guys, here's how my brain works. Here, I'm going to open it up and let me share you something. My brain looks for patterns. My brain sees processes. My brain sees how there's a repeatable thing. Oh, I see what happens here is you do this, then you do this, then you do this, then you do this. And I would be bored in a hot minute if all I was doing was helping you with how to fold a fitted sheet, or how to get a clear, box that fits your Cheerios and, you got a chalk label on it. That's a big snooze for me. What I like and what brings me the most satisfaction in life and joy is helping you when you're stuck, is getting down deep and having an interesting conversation underneath the surface saying, what's up with that? Let's get curious. Let's find out. Let's problem solve. Maybe it's like because I did some Nancy Drew reading when I was a kid, but let's solve the mystery of why you are cluttered, and let's stop that so you can start doing something else. That is where the magic happens. And when I talk about that repeatable process thing that my brain just not naturally gravitates towards, is you will then discover, and you will see how the way I teach and present the coaching isn't just siloed into this only works for decluttering. No, it works for your eating habits. It works for your relationships. It works for your career. It works for your hobbies. It works for your vacations. It works for knowing more about yourself. Can help you more easily create a life that you love, because you can say, you know what you want to say yes to, and you're more attuned to what you want to say no to. Okay? DYC is asking how to get on the mailing list. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Go to destinationdecluttered.com. If you're afraid you misspelled it, what you can do is at my TikTok page, the home page, my front page, when you follow that, there's a thing that says destinationdecluttered.com/links. You can just click on that, and that will send you to a page that has all sorts of tabs. Wicked easy. Okay? Hope that helps. Functional process makes sense, makes the movement natural. Exactly. And I'm all about making things so simple and so easy. I love to simplify things, because overly complicated anything gets me to say, nope, that's okay. A recipe, a process, if there are too many steps, I'm like, duh, there's got to be an easier way, and there is. Okay? There we go. Barbara Dean 777 says, so thankful I found you. I'm so glad you did too. Home alone but not alone. I'm so much more motivated. German maid made the pickled onions and then cleaned out the freezer. Rock on, Okay. What I want to offer to you is, notice how much better you feel. Notice how much better you feel when you have some encouragement. When somebody is there with you saying, you got this. You got this. You can do this. This isn't as difficult as you think it is. You think it's more difficult, but I can show you an easier way. I can show you an easier way. And you know what happens is that what we do when we work together is we are going towards your dream of what you want your home to look like. What do you want your home to look like? I wanted my home to have bright green walls and funky stuff and things like that there. I did it. This may not be your dream, but I show up in your life, not to make your life like mine, but to help you discover what you want yours to look like, and not just be like, oh, well, that's nice. I want to help you get there. Again, that's why I call it Destination Decluttered, because I have been on road trips for years. I can plan a kick-ass road trip, and I love guiding people through this process. I'm kind of like a tour guide. I am a co-pilot. I've got the map. I've done it before. I find it fun. I am excited to show people just a thing that they've never seen before. It's part of what lights me up, is discovering things and knowing that they're going to delight other people when I can share them with them. And my one-on-one coaching allows me to share what I have learned to make my life better with you, so you learn how to make your life better. Okay? Oh, hey, that's awesome. So Erin is saying, having fun. Isn't this funny? Having fun, making so many decisions in the closet today. Co-pilot Beth and no backseat drivers. Yeah, you know what? We just quiet down those backseat drivers. Shh. And then you and me, you're the one in the driver's seat. I'm just there in the passenger seat. But I'm just ready for you saying, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? And then I hear you and you hear you. And I say, okay, that sounds cool. Let's go. Let's map it out. Let's make it happen. If you get stuck, I can help you. If you get sidetracked, I'm there for you. If you get stuck in a pothole, that's okay. We can do this. We will make progress together. Okay? So, where can I get road trip coaching? Yeah, Catherine, it's the same thing as decluttering coaching. Yep. And user 776, how much is the one-on-one coaching? I strategically don't talk about price on the internet because I don't want the fact that it's going to cost you money to stop you from even signing up for more about it. I wouldn't tell you the price if I knew it wasn't going to be a good fit. I kind of jokingly said, but it's true. It's somewhere between $147 and $4,700. How's that? Does that give you, good? It's trust me, it is worth it. You are worth it. If the thing, trust. Can you think of all the things you've spent money on that you thought were going to work and didn't? Coaching helps you learn about yourself, so you just show up differently. Okay? So don't let the fact that it costs you money stop you from finding out if it would work for you. If it wasn't going to work for you, no, the money is irrelevant. But if it is going to work for you, then you say, oh, interesting. If all that's keeping me from getting the help I need is some money, how can I get the money? And it may not be as much as you think it is. But don't let the money part stop you. I love it. Erin is donating what I want to get rid of, not keeping old clothes because someone else would. Yeah, notice that those backseat driver voices in your head are often not even our voices. There's somebody else's voice that's camping out there. Okay? I love it, Catherine. Completely worth it. Pretty Patty is asking how long are the sessions. They're an hour-long session, once a week for 10 weeks in a row. And then that's the package. And if you want to continue, it's easy peasy. Another package and another package and another package. But baby steps. Do not overwhelm yourself from the get-go. Get on the mailing list, maybe set up for a consultation, find out if it's going to work for you, find out the price, and, it's a journey. It's not a sprint. Okay? What I want to, there we go. All sorts of good stuff here. One-on-one sessions. Actually, I know I'm going over a little bit, but people are asking about coaching, so I will share with you. So, yeah, a one-on-one session is you and me on Zoom. We sit down just like this, and I'm like, okay, so very first thing we do is say, just like in a road trip, I'm sitting in the passenger seat, you're in the driver's seat. Where do you want to go? What's your destination decluttered? Okay, cool. Let's write that stuff down. Let's make a plan. What are some things you know that can get you less cluttered? Okay, do those things. And I'm totally oversimplifying it. Basically what we do is I show you a structure of how to get the thoughts out of your head onto paper and then do them in a way that feels good to you, so you do it. But then especially more so is I like to get into when you get stuck, when things aren't working for you. That's where coaching really helps, because instead of saying, I don't know why I'm stuck, we get into it in a loving way that feels good and safe for you and your nervous system, and kind of like a peeling back the layers of an onion. Okay. Oh, notice that you looked at it, you said, oh, I'm going to spend 8 hours, and that felt overwhelming. How about if you just say you're going to spend 15 minutes decluttering? I have a very simple yet effective, what I call my toolkit of tools that I share with you, and I show you how to use them, and we practice using them, and every time you show up, you practice, you get a little bit better, practice, get a little bit better, practice, get a little bit better. You have light bulb moments. Aha. I don't know why this never occurred to me, but now it did, and I can never go back to the way I was thinking because I see this so differently now. And it's a lot of fun. Okay? It's a lot of fun. All right. On Zoom. Yeah, I love it. Erin says, yes, on Zoom, and you get her all to yourself. Yes, you want me all to yourself? It can happen. Paid coaching. And as I said, I'm saying all this, and I have to double check if I have any consultation slots on my calendar. But the neat thing is even if I don't, they're going to be there later today. And if you're on the mailing list, you'll find out. Okay? And it is awesome. I love it. I am telling you with 100% sincerity, I so love what I do. I love helping people with this because I love seeing the light in their eyes. And when they realize that they are taking back their power from the voices in their head, it's just a game changer. Okay. Now, for whatever reason, I got to cut this down because TikTok has done this to me before. It says like verify to continue. Let me see if I can do this. And it says it's going to end in a few minutes. So I should go off anyway. I love it. Erin is saying it. I'm one of those clients who has had an aha moment. Yeah, those are gold. I love them. And it's not even when I see somebody's eyes light up with I get this and it makes sense and things are easier now. My work is done here. All right. So I have to go. Speaking of work is done, my husband's doing an awesome job decluttering. He's actually decluttering more than I thought he would. Thank you, boo-boo. And get on the mailing list, and you'll find out later today when the TikTok lives are going to be from now until the 21st. And if you want me to be your coach, we can make that happen. Seriously, I want to do it. It's fun. Let's hop in the car together and drive towards your destination decluttered. Okay? And yeah, I love it. Michelle says, I need some moments. Yes, so coaching gets you some aha moments and some moments. And maybe some take on me, take on me. That kind of aha moment, okay? I'll see you later. Bye.